from the Inside Out webinar. This is Alyson talking with you here right now, and I'm so excited to have everybody here. If you're listening to the recorded webinar, then hello, wherever you are. Again, really excited to talk with you this evening about how to achieve radiant beauty, really how to get nourished from the inside out. So before we get started, if you can, grab a pen and paper or a wellness journal or whatever you use to take notes. There's going to be a lot we're covering here. In fact, it's kind of a crazy amount of information to cover in the next hour. There'll be a lot of great notes to take. Of course, you will receive this later. I will send you the video recording if you want to look back at it later, but I think it's great to take a couple notes on anything that comes up that you think, gotta remember this is important. I also want you to set an intention for tonight's training. Really, what do you want to get out of the next hour? What do you want to learn from in the next hour? And if by chance we go through and if you don't learn that or we didn't cover it, write that down. Let me know, because I'm looking for new topics to cover in terms of organic beauty and then, of course, health topics as well. It's definitely something cool to think about in terms of what you want for yourself at a mind, body, spirit, skin level in terms of the next month too. This is really, really important and the key to your success. So write it down in your notes right now and we'll make it happen. I also want you to remind you guys to be present for our time together. I know it's really, really easy to multitask if you're listening in on a webinar, but just know that you're going to get a lot more out of it if you're focused and you're here present. Just take this time for you. You don't spend tons and tons of time learning about organic beauty and getting nourished from the inside out most of the time. Well, most of us do anyway. So just take this time for you, and there will be a Q&A at the end of the webinar and a special offer for you guys. So a quick history on me. My name is Alyson. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I'm the founder of Wellness by Alyson, and I'm an independent consultant for NYR Organic. I help busy adults transform their relationship with food and achieve glowing skin by getting nourished in mind, body, and soul, and using non-toxic organic skincare products. These things are really big passions of mine. I also offer group coaching, seasonal detoxes, and private VIP virtual coaching. Just, again, there's a little bit of a brief story, kind of to help frame kind of where I'm coming from and why I am so passionate about this. If we can kind of go back in time, those of you who've known me for a long time know all about this already, so bear with me, friends and family. But a little bit about my history. Of course, I was not always a health coach. I wasn't always into organic food and organic beauty. I really didn't even know what those words were. But once upon a time, I was living a very, very crazy, hectic, stressed out life. I lived in the capital of our country here, and I was getting very burnt out. I was getting kind of crazy in terms of the foods I was eating, and I wasn't sleeping very much, and I certainly didn't have any kind of glowing, radiant skin. It was kind of a very stressed out nightmare situation. I had to really reflect on what I wanted to do with my life and what was going to bring me a lot of joy, and I landed on health coaching. I entered the Institute for Integrative Nutrition back in 2012. Yes, 2012, and that was something where I went through the program and learned about organic food. I learned about organic skincare products. I learned about what we're eating and how to get nourished in my body and soul. And really, it was a very exciting experience for me. I didn't know what organic was. I thought that meant I realized that it was a good word, and I knew that the organic apples in the food store cost more than the regular apples, but I didn't understand why. And so it was learning all about organic and what it means to not be made with pesticides and what it means to have, animal protein that's not having hormones and everything else. It was really, again, I would say almost a liberating experience. So come into health coaching, started working with clients and really working on the inside stuff, working on the food, working on what is going to make them happy, how to reduce stress in their life, how to help them be happier people. And it really started with food. And then I also did a lot of research and sort of branching out and learning that not only could I talk to my clients and friends and family about eating organic food and eating really good stuff that's going to nourish them, have good vitamins, minerals, but our skin's our largest organ, and we'll talk a lot about that. And so if we're eating the best we can, but then putting toxins right on our body, you're kind of taking one step forward and maybe one step back. You know, this is something that it really is super important. We can't only just eat well. So that paired with my passion toward just helping us feel beautiful, helping especially women feel stunning, helped me land on a beautiful company and we are organic, and I'll be talking about them in a little bit. So that's a little bit of my journey and where I've kind of been. So again, I just quickly mentioned, you know, our skin is our largest organ. I think sometimes we forget that our skin is our largest organ. We think about all the stuff that's inside, but it is so super important. Your skin has three main jobs. Obviously, it's there to protect you. If you didn't have any skin, you wouldn't be a person. So it's there to protect you from external environment, from hot, from cold, and everything else. It's in charge of regulation, and that means in terms of the detoxification process, your skin is really critical in terms of helping you get the toxins out. Obviously, we sweat through our skin and our pores. And skin is also really important for sensation. We need to know if things are hot or cold or whatever. Otherwise, we could be in danger. So it also provides a really easy glance into our vitality and our age. You know, when you're looking at a child and they just have the most beautiful glowing skin and you're like, oh, you're just like the healthiest little person ever, you know, and then unfortunately, you know, maybe we know people who their skin is dull, or their skin there's a lot of dark circles, or there's lots and lots of kind of problems, and you can kind of, it's a little bit of a telltale to what their health status is, whether we like it or not. And so my job here is to educate everybody I can on how to make your skin look as beautiful as it can, really from the inside out. Like I was saying before, you know, when I was in the old stressful job, skin was not great. I was breaking out. I looked older than I do now, and that was a couple years ago. There were lines, there were things, and these things started going away when my life started changing and my stress level was reduced, and I started eating better and taking good care of my skin. And so that is, again, what I hope to accomplish here tonight, is talking to you about that, having you learn about that a bit more. If you're not taking care of it, then and you're having toxic foods, or there's too many vices, and I'm talking about like smoking and drinking and staying up really late and crazy stressed out, our skin's going to show that too. So we really want to take care of our precious skin. And so days ago, I wrote a blog article about skin food, which was kind of I don't know, it was kind of an interesting name. I hope people understood what I was going with skin food. Skin food is something where you're going to be both eating it and it's nourishing you. You'll see a lot of veggies and fruits and good stuff, and obviously we know they're good, but we're going to dive into 5 really wonderful ones and why they're so good for us. But also, these are foods that you can put on your skin, which is something, again, I don't think we necessarily think about blueberries and think, oh, okay, let me get those blueberries and smash them up and put them on my skin. We think, okay, I'm going to eat these, and these are full of antioxidants, and they're wonderful, but there's a lot of great benefits to actually putting the fruit and veggies and all sorts of good stuff on your skin, too. So here's my slide. So skin foods nourish your skin from the inside out. Skin foods are jam-packed with antioxidants and vitamins, which naturally slow down skin's aging process and increase vitality. And many can be used in and on the skin directly. So your first skin food, and I listed number 1 because I actually think it is probably the most important, are blueberries. And I love blueberries, and my little puppy Casper now does too, and I just think that that's fantastic. And he has to have them sort of broken up ahead of time, but anyway, he loves them too, so that's good. So blueberries are extremely rich source of anti-aging oxidants. And again, anytime you hear the word antioxidant, think makes my skin look younger, helps fight disease. Antioxidants are vital. And if we're not having a diet that's high in antioxidants, then we're really doing ourselves a disservice. We really want to make sure that we're choosing foods that are specifically high in them. Blueberries are great because they're high in vitamins A and C, which are skin toning. And this is kind of a cool fact, that just a quarter cup of organic blueberries, note that I said organic, blueberries contains the same amount of age-defying, again, there's that word again, antioxidants, as eating 5 other fruits or veggies. And really it's a serving. So sometimes like a banana might count for like 2 servings because that's a larger piece of fruit. But that's crazy. That's a lot of antioxidants in a quarter cup. A quarter cup is like, I don't know, 10 or 11 blueberries. So definitely enjoy them all summer long. And into the winter, I like getting frozen organic blueberries, putting them into my smoothies. Blueberries are super high in vitamin C, like I said, and fiber. These things help detoxify you, and they help in keeping your arteries and your veins healthy. And if your arteries and your veins are healthy, that's going to help you to have glowing skin. That's going to help you have fewer skin issues like having spider veins or having blotchiness. Okay, so it all kind of makes sense. So when we're having the good stuff come in and all those great things coming in from the fruits and veggies that we're eating, they have a direct impact on how we're going to physically appear, too. Blueberries are also great because they normalize oil levels in your skin, and that helps clear pores and reduce breakouts. So great job, blueberries. And this is a quick recipe for a hydrating blueberry mask. This is something that you can do. You may very well have all these ingredients in your kitchen right now. So all you would need to do is take a quarter cup of blueberries, 1 tablespoon of a good organic, preferably olive oil, and 1 tablespoon of raw honey. You would just blend this together with your spoon until it's smooth, or if you wanted to put it in some type of mixer, that would also work. And then you would apply it for 20 minutes. The honey is going to make it kind of stick to you. The olive oil has such wonderful benefits as well. And then you would just wash it off with warm water. And there you go, DIY, right in your kitchen or in your bathroom. Okay, so skin food number 2 is kale. We've heard a lot about kale in the past few years. I have said kale for president. Kale is just like the darling child of anyone in the health food world, and for good reason. I mean, we don't just think it's wonderful because it looks, pretty or makes a nice garnish. Kale really is a holy crow superfood. Kale is a member of the cabbage family. It's packed with beta-carotene, which protects skin. Vitamin C, E, and K are very, very hardworking anti-aging agents, and as well as it's packed with folic acid. So kale is a really great detoxifier. It's a good detoxifier because it has chlorophyll, magnesium, calcium, iron, and fiber. Kale is also, because of all of these things, it's also an anti-inflammatory type of food, it's because it's high in antioxidants, again, and it has omega-3 fatty acids. So when I say anti-inflammatory, again, I want you to picture your body being inflamed. Let's just use an example where you're rubbing your skin on a rug, let's just say. Okay, so what happens if you rub an elbow on a rug or you get a cut, right? You are inflamed. This is bad. This is not a good thing. All your skin is saying, oh my goodness, we got to help her, kind of like help, help, help. The same type of inflammation can happen on the inside of our body, and oftentimes it does, particularly if we're not eating well or we're not eating enough of these high antioxidant foods, anti-inflammatory types of foods. We're having a lot of sugary types of things that are high in toxins. We will have inflammation inside of us, and inflammation keeps weight on as well. And so these are important things to know. So we want to load up on anti-inflammatory foods. So kale is a great one to try out if you're not familiar with kale. Kale also contains copper, which is great, and that helps with melanin synthesis, and that's a sun-protecting pigment, which is great. And kale can also reduce the risk of diabetes, arthritis, stroke, and heart disease. So kale is great. Mostly I'm eating kale either in the form of a salad, and I like to massage it with olive oil and get some avocado in there. It's so lovely. Or you can put it in a morning smoothie. If you're not, a big salad person, or maybe you're not a massive fan of the taste of kale, it does grow on you, I promise. But you can certainly put it into a morning smoothie with a great blender, like a NutriBullet, and it'll blend it right down. So here is a recipe for a kale scrub. That's kind of cool, and so this would be great for dry skin. Sometimes summertime can lead to dry skin if we're in the chlorine, if we're out in the sun a lot, our skin can get dry. Of course, it can get dry in the winter as well. That happens for me anyway. So what you would get is just a nice big bunch of finely chopped kale leaves. The curly kind, I think, kind of works the best. The smoother ones wouldn't work as great for this. And then get some great organic body lotion. I mean, whether it's plain or it's got some kind of fragrance in it or whatever, that's okay, it doesn't matter. But just pick an organic body lotion and mix it together, creating kind of like a nice green paste. And so what you'll want to do is after you're done with your shower, don't quite get out of the shower. Turn the water off and actually put this kale. You will massage the kale paste all over your body and let it sit, if you can, for 10 minutes. Maybe put the music on, dance around in there, do whatever you want to do, and then rinse it off with warm water. And this is going to say adios to your dead skin cells. So all those good things it does on the inside, it can do those great things too on the outside. So I thought that was kind of cool. So your skin food number 3 are tomatoes. Tomatoes are so wonderful. In my newsletter, I had said I definitely am partial to tomatoes. Raised in an Italian-American household, we had tomatoes all the time in form of marinara sauce and much, much more. But tomatoes really are wonderful and super yummy. So tomatoes are great because they contain all 4 major carotenoids. So this is the yellow, the orange, and the red pigments that are found in plants. So you've got your alpha and beta carotene, you've got your lutein, and you've got your lycopene. And lycopene is usually the one that we most associate with tomatoes. And people say, oh, lycopene is so great. This is what gives it the wonderful red color. But all of these guys, what their pigments are doing there is they're helping you shield their skin from environmental and free radical damage. Again, you're going to hear that term free radical as it relates to anti-aging. Lots and lots of free radicals are going to equal lots and lots of wrinkles, so we want to make sure that we're kind of trapping those free radicals by using good skincare products and eating really well. The tomatoes are loaded with potassium, which is great, and this is going to help to reduce water retention and any kind of puffiness. It also contains glutathione. There's some words in here that are going to trip me up a little bit, but I'm doing my best. Glutathione is detoxifying. It helps the body in removing fat-soluble toxins. Tomatoes are packed with vitamin C, K, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6. And then again, I was talking about how great lycopene is. Lycopene has been found to reduce the risk of prostate and breast cancer, lower cholesterol, and can help protect you from damaging UV rays. So before you head out in the sun, chow down on some tomatoes, and it serves as a natural sunblock. So cool. Of course, you want to use a regular sunblock too. And so this is a cool little face mask recipe here with tomatoes and cucumbers. So what you would do here is get together a quarter tomato, so it's like one kind of really big slice. You want to peel it and get the seeds out if there's seeds in there. Get 3 teaspoons of totally plain yogurt, so nothing with any kind of flavors or sugar or anything, just like pure yogurt, that's it. A teaspoon of a peeled and grated cucumber, a teaspoon of aloe if you have it, and 3 teaspoons of finely ground oatmeal. So you would blend all those things together until they're nice and smooth and apply for 10 minutes and wash off with warm water. And so this is very hydrating, and that oatmeal, the finely ground oatmeal, is going to create a bit of a nice scrubby type of texture. And so as you're going to be taking it off, you can kind of just rub it in nicely. It's nice and exfoliating. So skin food 4, it's actually more like 4 and 5. Green tea and white tea. I've kind of lumped them together here because they have very similar properties. I'll be kind of pointing out some of the green tea ones in particular here. And I also, when I think about green tea and white tea, I think about all of the lovely women in Asia who just don't seem to age. And there's a lot of reasons for this. It's not just genetics, and a lot of it really does have to do with their green tea consumption. So if you're not on the green tea train or white tea train, I suggest everybody hop on because it is magical, magical, magical. So green tea and white tea are rich in beta-carotene and vitamin C. They have anti-inflammatory and anti-carcinogenic, meaning anti-cancer, cancer-fighting. They have antioxidants, the catechins that protect against the sun and environmental damage. They're doing that because they're making the skin more resistant, again, to UV radiation, which is great. UV radiation, of course, this is coming from the sun, can lead to premature skin aging. We all know that. They are also packed with antioxidant polyphenols, which help boost circulation. Lovely. We want to have that circulation because it's helping your skin really get that glowing look. It helps your skin look really young and healthy. There's a little bit of caffeine in green tea, nothing compared to like coffee or anything. But that little bit of caffeine is also great, and that's in the green tea, not in white tea, because that too is going to help increase circulation. It also helps improve skin tone and structure. And I don't have a excuse me, I don't have a DIY face mask for this one because I actually have a product recommendation that I'm going to be recommending to you in a second. And our 5th skin food is the avocado. Such a wonder food. Oh my goodness. In fact, when I lived in Africa, I lived outside of my house had a avocado tree in it, and at the time I was just learning to like avocado. Now, if I lived and I had a house with an avocado tree outside, I would just live off of avocados. I didn't know what I had until I left. Avocados are super high in antioxidants. They are rich in vitamins A, B1, B2, D, E. All these guys have a healing, balancing effect. They're wonderful. And so that oil from the avocado helps fight disease-causing and skin aging free radicals that we talked about before. It's a great source of biotin. We've probably heard about taking biotin supplements and how great they are for hair and nails, skin. But again, great source of biotin. And it's also deeply nourishing, again, and it's placed on the skin. It's very hydrating, and it can boost the regeneration of skin cells, which is so lovely. You want that skin cell turnover, and then your skin is going to look much younger, and you don't want those dull, old skin cells hanging out. An avocado is great if I like baking it in the oven, putting an egg in it, such a nice breakfast, putting it on salad, making it into guacamole, anything, and it's also such a great food because of all the wonderful fats. It will keep you fuller longer. And so anytime you're having a salad, go ahead and put one of those in there, and you won't be hungry for a while, which is great. And this is a quickie avocado mask. You just get a half of a ripe avocado, meaning you want it to be soft. You wouldn't want it to be all green because it's not going to be mashable, if you will. So you're going to get that half of a ripe avocado, mash it up with a fork, add a teaspoon of raw honey, and kind of run the tablespoon of hot water over the honey to kind of help it dissolve a little bit. Blend this together and apply for 10 minutes. Try to avoid the eye area. Eye area tends to be sensitive. And then you would go ahead and wash that off with warm water. So very hydrating, and all those great fats can get absorbed in through the skin. Okay, so those were my 5 great superfoods, and now I'm going to kind of switch gears a little bit and talk about putting on the outside. So we talked about how we can nourish our skin from the inside. Now I'll be talking about how to nourish our skin from the outside. And so I'm going to just kind of do a quick overview on the company that I'm a consultant for. This is Neil Yard's Remedies. If you can see the slides, and you can see our wonderful headquarters there in Covent Garden, London. I'm dying to go here one day. The store looks totally beautiful, and this whole little area of London looks super cool. Lots of great stores and restaurants. So if you're ever in London, you might want to go check it out. But again, so Neil Yard's Remedies, we abbreviate it to be NYR Organic, or just NYR. They're an organic skincare company. They're based in the UK. They were founded over 30 years ago. They are prized for their holistic approach and their fair trade ingredients. And I want to take a second on that, because that's something that actually drew me to the company. So when we say fair trade, that means that the folks that are in the countries, often developing countries, Africa, Asia, Latin America, that are growing or harvesting any of the botanicals, or whether it's bark from trees or herbs or whatever the case may be, fair trade means they're getting a fair wage for their items. So oftentimes the living standard and everything is obviously much, much cheaper in a much poorer country. And somebody could get away with, saying, here, I'm going to give you, X amount of kwacha. That was the amount of money that was the term for the money that we used in Malawi, the country I lived. But really that isn't fair, because it's being sold at a much, much higher price to folks in the developed or wealthier countries. And so they're getting a fair trade price for this. And then I love that NYR does this. They actually put almost like a bonus on top of that. And so they're actually getting almost 10% more, or I think it probably varies in certain different communities. And they have a great relationship with the folks in these communities. And I think that's so important to me anyway. And NYR is also the world's first health and beauty company to score 100 for ethics. So they're the only ones, and I can actually show you. I don't have a slide up, but I can send it to you. There are a lot of companies that are really great. There's a couple that are up there, companies that I've really liked in the past, like Origins, and there's a couple others. But it's great. We're at the top, and that just makes me so happy, and ethical in terms of how we go about business, how we source our fair trade ingredients, not having any cruelty to animals, and so much more. And so this was one of the big things that drew me to the company too. One of their slogans for NYR is pure beauty with no nasties. So I love that. I don't know if it's a British term or just something that they kind of came up with. But what is a nasty? So a nasty would be a lot of your chemicals and toxic things that are in so many products. I can't even tell you. They're all over the place. I'm actually going to do a quick run through of some of these nasties. And to be honest, a lot of our products do have them in them. A lot of products I used to use had these in here. And so especially parabens, this is a big one. You probably may have seen this. I don't know if you have seen this or not, but a paraben is a pretty popular word now, and we want to try to make sure that we're not having them in our skincare. So no parabens. This has been linked to estrogen overproduction and a lot more. Actually, it's been linked to cancer and a lot of other things. There's no synthetic fragrances, so they only use real essential oils or real botanicals. There's nothing pretend, which is great. Synthetic chemicals are harmful to your health. We don't want to use those. There is no GMO ingredients, and there can't be because it's organic, and I'll get into what it means to be organic in a second. So, I mean, we don't want to modify what nature has created, even if it means that now we're creating a flower that's growing extra large so it has more petals, and now it can be harvested for more. I don't know. When we genetically modify things, we're kind of playing God, and I don't think that's actually fair to the earth or to these plants. There's no animal testing, definitely not needed, and it's cruel. There's no silicones. Silicones coat the skin. They impede its natural function. No phthalates, which have been reported to have toxic impact on human and animal life. No nano, this means no nanoparticles. There's not enough known about the long-term implications of nanoparticles. There's no mineral oils. Mineral oils come from petroleum. They have a tendency to block the skin. We just don't need them on our skin. No EDTA. This actually doesn't biodegrade. There's no propylene glycol, which again comes from petroleum. No carbomer, which is derived from petroleum. No DEA, which has been associated as being carcinogenic. No acrylates, which is derived from petroleum. And no BHD, which has been linked to breathing and lung impairment. So we want to say no to being contaminated without consent. And I just think that makes sense. So why organic? I can go on and on about why organic is important and why it's great to have organic food. As it relates to your skincare products, you might say, okay, well, I get, I don't want to eat a genetically modified apple, and I don't want to have an apple that has pesticides on it, and so I'm going to have an organic apple, but why would it be important to have organic skincare products on my skin? And so here are your reasons. So organic ingredients contain higher levels of essential fatty acids, vitamins, and up to 69% more key antioxidants. It also means no GMO, no genetically modified, and no toxic pesticides, anything that's been used that's a toxin like that. So again, it's the same thing where you want to put an apple that's been kind of sprayed with pesticides and everything else. You wouldn't want to put something that's been involved with using pesticides or anything else on your skin. And they're grown the way that nature intended. This is great for us, it's great for farmers, it's great for animals, and it's great for the environment. Sorry, taking a sip of water. We are the standard that they use, NYR, because it's not made in the United States. The United States you would have a different type of organic seal. So in the UK, they use a soil association. It's actually very, very high standards. And that is them saying, yes, stamp of approval, this is an organic product. And you can, of course, learn more about them by visiting the website. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of a quick overview of my 3 favorite NYR products, and I'll be showing you what's inside the ingredients and everything. Okay, so the very first one is frankincense oil. So fun little factoid about oil. I never in a million years thought that I would put oil on my skin. That didn't make sense to me. I thought, okay, well, my skin can get oily. Why would you put oil on your skin? It's going to make it more oily. I really, again, didn't realize that my skin was oily because I was stripping it. I was taking all the oils out, and of course it's going to be more oily. So kind of the same thing as it goes with hair. I've reduced the amount of times I shampoo per week into like once or twice, which maybe that sounds gross, but it doesn't for me, because I have allowed my hair to actually let the natural oil seep down all the way towards the ends and nourish my scalp. My scalp adjusted, and it didn't start becoming oily every day. Now it only gets oily on like the 5th day or so, which is great. Same thing can happen for your skin. So when you're using a good facial oil or something with great essential oils, you are helping to nourish your skin. You're helping put those great oils in there instead of stripping them away. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. Can everybody still hear me okay? If you can hear me, just shout out, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right, cool. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. Okay, so what you see on your screen, if you're looking at it, is the intensely nourishing Frankincense Facial Oil, and I want to just quickly talk about it. On the side there, you're going to see all the great things about it. It's vegan, it's Soil Association organic, this is 100% organic, it's cruelty-free, they didn't test any little bunnies or anything, and it's a Beauty Insider's Choice winner in 2013. When you read your fashion magazines, you'll often see this symbol with the stripes there, and I always remember seeing that in Vogue and all these other magazines I would read. And now, of course, I'm so excited because a lot of our products are winners of these. So that's so cool. Okay, so back to the facial oil. So this product is clinically proven to moisturize for up to 12 hours, which is phenomenal. There are other products here that moisturize for up to 24 hours, but I'm not actually talking about those today. I'm talking about this one. And the facial oil helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Extremely nourishing. As you can see around the little bottle here, I have, what is there? There's 8 ingredients. I'll just quickly go through what those are. So it's made with organic bergamot essential oil. And what is bergamot? I mean, I didn't really know until I started researching what this was. It's a very small citrus tree with a wonderful fragrant fruit. So that's what that is. And bergamot is balancing and refreshing. It's made with organic myrrh, a very wonderful ancient essential oil, which is strengthening and stimulating. It's made with organic macadamia oil, which is oil coming from macadamia nuts. It is, again, skin softening, has fatty acids. It is made with organic mandarin essential oil, which freshens and tones. It's made with organic baobab oil, and baobab oil comes from the baobab fruit, which grows in the baobab tree. And when I lived in Africa, I would see these trees all the time, and they were so beautiful and gigantic and had these really cool, long fruits. And I had no idea that they were super rich in vitamins and antioxidants. Had I known, I would have taken some back with me. It's made with organic evening primrose oil, which is rich in skin-plumping essential fatty acids. It's made with the wonderful, wonderful turmeric extract, which is great, of course, to cook with, to put into your food, as well as to put on your skin because it brightens an even skin tone. And of course, last but not least, it's made with frankincense. And frankincense is so wonderful. This is a 5,000-year-old oil that is extremely prized. It's coming from the resin from the trees in northern Africa. Kenya and Somalia is where we source it from. It rejuvenates, it firms, it reduces the appearance of fine lines. Absolutely wonderful, and this is the main oil inside here. There's actually an entire frankincense line. I'm not going to talk about the whole line tonight, but I certainly can offline if you like. I'm probably going to dedicate a different webinar entirely to the frankincense line and all about the goodness of frankincense. But fun factoid, frankincense is what they used to embalm mummies in back in like ancient Egyptian days. And so I thought that was so cool because when I think about what I know about mummies and how their skin was like almost intact thousands of years afterwards, it was intact because they're using frankincense. And if that's what it could do for a mummy, imagine what it can do for your skin. I use this nightly, and I really love it. I don't put it on during the day. I put it on during the night. Okay. And my second favorite item is the Beauty Sleep Concentrate. And so this is, I mean, Holy Crow award winner. You can see all the awards on the right-hand side there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 awards that this product has won. This is sort of a highly prized product in the beauty world. And so the Beauty Sleep Concentrate supports your skin's natural nighttime regeneration. And so that's why it's called Beauty Sleep. It's meant to be put on before bed, and it really is helping you do all the wonderful detoxification, wonderful skin renewal, regeneration. It really replenishes you, recharges your skin while you sleep, and like the oil, it helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. I'll just quickly go over the products, the ingredients that are in here. It's made with organic cypress essential oil. Cypress is a type of evergreen coniferous tree, which is very soothing and relaxing. It's made with organic clary sage, which is an essential oil that's toning and strengthening. It's made with organic orange peel essential oil, which is toning, relaxing, and uplifting. It's made with wonderful, highly prized organic ylang ylang essential oil, which comes from Madagascar. This is relaxing and calming. It's made with Narcissus Tizeta dormans, which is from the daffodil family. This supports skin's natural nighttime regeneration. You can see there's a little daffodil there. It's made with organic grapeseed oil, which nourishes and softens. Grapeseed oil actually has a lot more wonderful health benefits as well if you take it internally. It's made with organic cocoa butter, which is very, very moisturizing and protective. And it's made with the patchouli essential oil, and that's a fragrant tropical Asian plant that grows out there, and it's very toning, and it's just a very gentle astringent. So what a lovely product. This one retails for $43. And you can, of course, get all these things at my website down there on the bottom, us.nyrorganic.com/shop/AlysonClark. And last but not least, I have to say the white tea enriching facial mask is the reason that I even found out and started falling in love with NYR in the first place. This was a sample that was given to me by my wonderful friend Lauren, who's also sells for NYR, and all you have to do is take a whiff of this, and you're like, oh, whoa, something magical is happening in that little jar. I applied it on my face the day I got it. So wonderful. It's made with this wonderful purifying fine white clay called Kale. That is the main thing that's in it, and a lot of wonderful essential oils. I'll read them to you in a second. But this is like a holy crow, rich in moisture boost. It's wonderful for dry skin, it's wonderful for sensitive skin, very potent antioxidants in here. So it's, again, made with that kaolin, which is that fine white clay. It's made with a rice extract, again, kind of helping top up any oils, anything like that. And then it's infusing it with a lot of great oils. So it's made with rose extract, propolis extract, pumpkin seed oil, blackcurrant fruit oil, cardamom seed oil, aloe vera, white tea light leaf extract. That's how it gets its name, and it's a wonderful smell. Sodium hyalurate is added because that's a wonderful anti-aging it's an anti-aging property. Organic evening primrose oil, which is rich in, like we said before, rich in skin plumping essential oils, patchouli, and frankincense, and this retails for $48. So that was like a very quick overview, I think, of my three favorites. I could go on and on. There's a lot more products that I think are the bee's knees. But I'll stop with those three. If you're looking at the slide, then you're going to see there's a slide here of my puppy. And he is staring at a bottle of a toner. I mostly do this because I find it entertaining to myself to have him be modeling some of the products with me. He actually does kind of sniff them, and because they're so wonderful and fragrant. But you can learn more about the products I just talked about and more of them at my NYR Organic Ritual Shop. The link is there below. And I wanted to point this out just because it's only happening for a limited time. So if anyone is interested, it wouldn't be fair for me to not share this, so I just have to. If you are a holistic practitioner, if you are passionate about organic, if you want an extra stream of income, or you want to get these products wholesale or any combination of the above, right now NYR is offering a phenomenal join offer for $99. You get over $475 worth of NYR products, which is kind of crazy. It's like a crazy, amazing deal. I'm really happy that they're doing this. I didn't get in on time to get these items until I joined last month. But had I known this was going to happen, I would have joined this month. So this is going on until August 17th. If you're looking at the screen, then you can see all those products below. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think there's 18 products in terms of the skincare products, as well as catalogs and stuff. So really cool. Again, if you wanted to get this stuff wholesale, which is 25% off, or if you think this might be a cool thing to do in terms of starting up another stream of income, certainly let me know. Happy to talk to you about the company. But this is happening right now for $99. Okay, and so we're going to close up, but I wanted to give you the special offer that I mentioned before. So truly, to me, we've got to keep it all together. I mean, everything makes sense holistically. Mind, body, spirit, health, organic skincare, it all comes together in the same wonderful package of having an organic lifestyle. And so anyone that's on the call or listening to the webinar, I cordially invite you to participate in a complimentary clarity call. And on the clarity calls, I've been doing these for a little while. The clarity call, what we're going to do is get really clear, that's the whole point, on your long and short-term health and beauty goals. So we'd hop on the call, and I would want to hear from you, what you want to achieve in 30 days in terms of mind, body, spirit, health, and also beauty, and what your goals are in terms of being your most beautiful, stunning self. So we would talk about that and long-term goals. We would also diagnose the biggest obstacles blocking you from living the life you desire, and feelings, again, stunning from the inside out. And so we would look, again, both on the health front, on what you're eating, at how your life is, your stress levels, what's going on for you, and we'd also be looking at any beauty recommendations that I would have. So we would pinpoint exactly what you need to move forward, and we will together co-create recommendations for a foolproof health and beauty strategy and the next steps that you need to take to get there. So I will be, if I have your email address, I'll be reaching out to you to let you know that this is going on, and we can set up a time to chat. Again, it's free. It's complimentary. If you're listening to the recorded webinar and I don't have your email address, go ahead and email me at coach@wellnessbyalyson.com. Again, that's coach@wellnessbyalyson, spelled ALYSON.com. With any questions, you can say, listen to your webinar. I want one of those clarity calls, and I will certainly set you all up with them. So thanks so much to everyone for participating in the webinar. Let's see, how do we do on time? Oh, we did pretty good, actually, less than an hour. I am totally open here for questions. Any questions that you might have on absolutely anything we covered, things that you were thinking of as we went along, I can certainly take those now.
Hey, Clark. Hey, Alyson.
Hey.
Hey. I didn't so much have a question, but I wanted to tell you that I loved the blueberry mask. Like, I have everything to do that, and I don't know why I didn't before, and I'm going to make one.
Yay, awesome. Please let me know how you like it. Let me know how your skin feels after you do it.
I just like it. It's simple. It's 3 ingredients. Like, that's doable for me.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, good, 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 good. I'm so glad that you like that. Very cool.
I did.
Thank you.
And also, I will say, too, I didn't, like, kale, I mean, I know kale is good for you, nutritionally speaking, had no idea, like, kale is good for your skin and could be used directly on your skin.
I know, it's so cool, right?
That was cool.
I'm learning these things all along, too, and I didn't know that you could put kale on your skin either, but I'm definitely going to try it. I'll look like a total weirdo standing in the shower with green leaves on me, but hey, we'll do anything for beautiful skin. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Okay. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Thanks for listening to those that are watching on the recorded webinar, especially those who wanted to make it but couldn't make it tonight or had any issues calling in. I certainly hope that you enjoyed listening to the recording. Again, any questions, let me know. I'm always here. And I hope that this was educational. And now you learned some fun stuff. And so until next time, again, I hope to be doing some more Beauty from the Inside Out webinars. So I look forward to seeing you on those webinars soon.